Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's a great honor to be here in the International Conference on Education, Humanities, and Social Science, which is organized by Universitas Nusa Putra. My name is Gede Rasben from Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha. Once again, thank you very much. For this session, allow me to share with all of you, my presentation today. Wait a minute, I just want to share my presentation. Okay, based on the theme of this conference about the future education in society 4.0 to build a strong learning connection, I take one focus about how e-learning can improve our teaching and learning process. I choose the title of the presentation is e-learning as an agent learning. Ladies and gentlemen, since March 2022, we are facing COVID-19 pandemic, and several problems arise, especially in teaching and learning process. We try to shifting from face-to-face learning activity to online learning. Everybody forced to use various technology platforms to conduct online learning process, such as learning management system, which is provided by school or university, Google Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet, or other online learning application. But not all the process can run optimally at the beginning. And not all teacher or student can use the various technology platform or application available, but everyone is trying to adapt and implement it. Especially in Indonesia, we have some constraint about ICT infrastructure. Not all area have a well-established ICT infrastructure. Likewise, not all students have device that can be used for online teaching. Due to socio-economic condition. But pandemic COVID-19 has accelerated us to adapt and implement ICT to support our daily activity. We also know that not all teaching and learning process can be completed through online learning, because learning process is not only about the transfer of technology. The learning process is not only transfer of knowledge. The learning process is not only about the transfer of skill, but the most important thing in online learning process is transfer of value. How we can transfer value of humanities, social, education, and so on to our students. Because education is not only about knowing, yet education is about being. How we can implement the knowledge that we have to give benefit to others. And ladies and gentlemen, related to learning loss that I just mentioned, and based on our research, collaboration between Griffith University Australia and Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha, in order to better understanding learning loss in our region, we propose 7 key recommendations for mitigating the impact of learning loss for children in primary, secondary, and higher education sector in Indonesia, Australia, and also the broader region as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The first one is increased public investment to improve digital infrastructure. COVID-19 has highlighted the need for increased public investment in digital infrastructure. Compared to the global average, 60% of the world population in the internet access, but in Indonesia currently has a lower proportion, is about only 54% of its population using the internet. We aspire that our role as educator, in partnership with government, industry, and other stakeholders later on, is to co-design, implement a new and future-focused online centralized digital learning technology hub. This will provide a compendium of remote learning tools, and solution, and also a platform for teacher and student in regional and remote area of Indonesia to redress the educational divergence that has been increased during the pandemic COVID-19. And the second one is about the improved online teaching skills. Some of the key challenges common in Indonesia in addressing the move to online teaching platform included a lack of necessary skill required for online teaching, teacher and student both being unprepared for online teaching and learning, and a shortage of technical staff to support online learning process. And in this instance, continuous capacity building for teachers will be offered to enhance their online teaching skill and also the confidence for the teacher. And the third one is about the promoting blended learning. COVID-19 has changed how learning and teaching are carried out in mainstream education. We feel that since 2020, we try to shifting from conventional learning or face-to-face learning to online learning. During the pandemic, there has been increasing pressure for school and the tertiary education sector to use blended learning, a combination between online and also offline learning session. This strategy is more expensively. Although initially blended learning was perceived to be complex. Recent survey in Indonesia is around 90% of Indonesian teachers right now prefer using blended or distant learning. And in our university, Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha, and also I think in Universitas Nusantara, in this semester we try to do come back again to the normal life, to do the face-to-face online learning process to achieve our learning outcome. But some the courses still maintain like online learning. When we try to carefully design blended learning strategy can provide equitable learning experience for both face-to-face and online cohort of students. And this will assist in redressing future learning losses caused by adverse events such as COVID-19 pandemic. And the fourth one is embedding the sustainable development goal in curriculum. The current literature shows that introducing the UN Sustainable Development Goal into the curriculum is important to equip students with the skill and knowledge to tackle global sustainability challenge with learning loss have increased. And introducing the sustainability goal development into the curriculum can address the challenge in several ways, such as with community case study, online resource library, and program that emphasize socio-cultural sensitive and awareness. And the fifth one is digitizing the learning process. How we can do the digitalization for our learning process. During the pandemic, teachers have had no option but no cancel classes or shift their face-to-face practice to the digital sphere. Thus, the biggest challenge is to design classes online. This will keep students engaged and provide means to test students and give effective feedback. Since not all children have the same access to digital device, learning loss at the individual level has been experienced across the board, from kindergarten through to primary and secondary school, and also the higher education sector. While still in its infancy, when applied to learning and teaching, studies show artificial intelligence could prove fruitful in our guess to remediate learning loss at the individual level. Machine learning in particular can accurately measure and understand student self-regulated learning. And the sixth one is use analytic to personalize learning, using data to personalize learning. First, a teacher could use data to benchmark student performance among their peers, helping them understand each student's specific need and requirement. And then the data analytic will provide the specific educational instructional tailored to each student level of development. Data could also help better assess each student progress. In a sense, data analytic will be useful to assess the extent of learning loss and also allow for devising sustainability learning strategy that are responsive to individual needs. And the last one is extend the scope of the study. This existing national study of learning loss in Indonesia by the World Bank has focused only on the impact of the pandemic on the kindergarten to high school sector. We aim to expand the scope of the existing study in investigating the impact of learning loss in the higher education sector, both in Indonesia and also Australia, as well as a wider region. And ladies and gentlemen, when situations are back to normal, like what we do now, and school have resumed operation and also children return to the school, this recommendation will also be useful to improve digital equity, advance teaching skill, and also enhance personalized learning, which will result in higher learning outcome. In this presentation, I tried to focus on personalized learning, how we can improve our learning management system. Learning management system is not only application that can store the learning content or only can do online discussion, only provide assignment and evaluation, but we try to improve the performance of e-learning itself. Based on the research we did, we try to make learning become dynamic intellectual learning. The first research I done is how we can improve the e-learning to become dynamic intellectual learning. What is a dynamic intellectual learning? Dynamic intellectual learning is actually provide opportunity for the learner to access the material according to their initial ability, so that each learner take different time to complete the material. For students who can complete the material faster, so the application will be provide the advanced material for the learner. And other research is about e-learning can identify the learning style. The system will personalize the learner according to the learning style. In this research, I tried to define what is a e-learning, what is a learning style. Learning style is content of the textual learning style, audio learning style, and also audio-visual learning style. Maybe some researchers define learning style is differently. System will provide learning content, content of text, content of audio, and also content of video. After several times assessing the e-learning, the system will provide recommendation on which content is suitable for the learner based on the result of the assessment that has been carried out before. And the next one is e-learning can identify the expression of the learning. The system is expected to be able to detect facial expression from the learner and provide the right treatment for the learner. For example, on the screen, maybe a question appears, then the learner expression show discomfort, so the system will offer clue to solve the problem. From the researcher that have been done related to improving e-learning performance. In future, we hope e-learning can adopt all the advantage of conventional learning. And right now we are in the disruption technology era, ladies and gentlemen, and various fields were involved in it, like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, augmented reality, virtual reality, and so on. I think everybody or every teacher try to adapt this field and to inform to implement for the development of learning content to deliver to the student, so that there is opportunity to continue for improving the teaching and learning process by utilizing various technology available is very open. And we have to remember that technology is just a tool. In the teaching and learning process, the most important thing is instructional design. How we can deliver our learning content so that it can be understood quickly and well defined by learner. I think thank you very much. I think that's all that I can share to you today. Hopefully the material that I share can be useful and give you inspiration for the future research. And once again, thank you very much for the opportunity to present my short presentation today in this conference. And I hope this material will be beneficial and fruitful. And the most important is give you inspiration to do the next research. And thank you very much and enjoy this conference. I hope this conference will run smoothly and success for all of you. Thank you very much. Good day everyone, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.